Hi guys, my name is Sam. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing my September TBR. Did I mention in a recent video that I was going to be trying to turn off the AC before filming? Yes, I did. However, if I do, I will die of heat. Do you want to witness that? No, you don't. So here I am, AC on full blast. If you can hear it, I am so very sorry. But anyway, just wanted to preface that, especially if you are a headphone user, be wary of the volume. Let's go ahead and jump into how I did last month so we can get into what's gonna happen this time around, because do you think I read all them books? No fucking way. So I have my little list right here. Let's quickly go over it. For the first poll, we got romance, and obviously you guys know I was under punishment last game, so everything that I did I had to pick 2 books for. So I picked King of Greed and In 5 Years. I read In 5 Years, and as you can see, I am in the process of reading King of Greed, and I do plan on finishing it before the month is over. I have 5 days left, so hopefully that will be done. Then I got husband's pick, and he picked Murder at Pirates Cove and The School for Good and Evil. I did read Murder at Pirates Cove. I did not read The School for Good and Evil, and I don't want to say that I will finish it, but I do have the audiobook out and the live show is in a couple days. So maybe if I can at least get it started so that I can attend the live show, maybe. We're saying it's a maybe. Then we got Kindle Spin, and for that, my random Kindle number generator picked Fake Dating Adrian Hunter and See Me, both of which I did not read, so they will be staying on my list for now. Then we got TBR Jar, and out of the TBR Jar, I picked A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which I don't even have here to hold up because I never attempted to read it. And then we have The Scarlet Veil, which I DNF'd, and I want to say soft DNF because it ended up being a buddy read with Drew from Drew's Ambitious Reading, but he did notify me that this is like a spinoff to a previous trilogy that the author wrote, and I kind of felt that through the book. Like, I just felt like I was missing things. He would even say like there's some Easter eggs here and there, and I just wasn't connected to the characters or the story, so I decided to put it down, and hopefully I'll get around to reading that trilogy, but I will not be picking that book back up until I do so, if I do so. So that one's gonna be a soft / DNF for now. So then we got Baby Spot, which prompted me to add 2 spins, but for this specific turn we got Book of the Month, and for that I picked Just for the Summer and Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This I only have the dust jacket because my book is somewhere over there, but I am currently reading it and it will be done before the live show. It is fucking fantastic so far. And then as for Just for the Summer, I'm going to give myself a hall pass on this one, even though I didn't finish other books, because my friends recently announced an Abby Jimenez read along and they'll be reading this eventually, so I just decided to hold off because I'm not a big rereader. I don't want to read it now and then have to read it again in a couple months, so I'm just gonna hold off on that one. Then we got another added spin before the specific turn. We got Match My Spread, and at that time my spread was like a green monochromatic, so I decided to go with 2 books that had green on the cover, and for that turn I chose Powerless by Lauren Roberts and Powerful by Lauren Roberts. I did read Powerless, I did not read Powerful. However, the audio for this is like 2 hours my speed, so I might be able to fit this in as well. And this is currently sitting and beating Heartless for my favorite book of the year. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Then we got Pet Pick and Cece picked Our Way Back to Always and House of Bane and Blood, both of which I did not read. And last but not least, we got Free Pick, and I picked Caught Up and Play Along, which I did not read. Of course, I could switch any of these out with things that I did read throughout the month, but being that I failed the other turns, it just doesn't make sense to switch anything out for this one. But I did read other things that weren't on this TBR. All of that to say, obviously I failed. However, I will be changing the rule because 10 books or having to double up every prompt is just too much for me, and this was the first time around that I had to do it and notice that. So I'm gonna make it a little bit easier on myself and just make the punishment an automatic TBR jar pull, one that I cannot fit into any of the prompts. Therefore, I will automatically have 6 books unless the cards tell me to add more. So with that being said, I'll be doing that poll first anytime I get a punishment. So let's go ahead and see what my first official book for this TBR will be. And you might not see this as much of a punishment, especially because I have this as a prompt on my board, but being that I rarely read, like actually read from my physical TBR, it kind of is a punishment, and it's not updated, so there's a lot of vets in here. So let's see, we got Since We Last Spoke by Brenda Ruffner. I don't even know what this is, so let me go find it really quickly. Found it, and it's short. Thank the heavens for that. Let me read a little bit of the synopsis really quickly. I started off camera, but it was getting crazy, so I wanted to get on camera reactions. So it says, when Aggie Frank and Max Granger finally admitted their feelings for each other last December, it felt like love was beautiful and endless, until it wasn't. A fatal car accident involving their older siblings throws their lives into sudden chaos, and with a restraining order now in place between the two bitter households, Aggie and Max's love run cold. Being together again seems like a distant fantasy, even though they share the same driveway. This is giving Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I'm intrigued. I am intrigued, and I also believe it is YA, so I don't know. I like YA, so I'm interested, and this is definitely a vet. It's back from my book outlet days, as I love to call them. So I'm excited to finally get it off of my TBR and see how I feel about it. So this is the first official book on the TBR. Now we're going to move over to the board and see what we'll actually have via prompts. Okay, we're back at the board where we last left off, and we're very close to a giveaway. So if we do hit that, definitely stay tuned for the end of the video so I can give you all the deets, how to enter, and how and what you can win. So let's go ahead and do our first spin. A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Read out of my comfort zone. Okay, so for the first spin, we landed on a stop sign, which said to read a book out of my comfort zone. And for this, I'm going to be putting on Alpha's Burden by Luna Lark, also known as Veronica Eden. This is her pen name for her paranormal / fantasy romance. And this is the first one that she's ever written, the first book in the series as well. But this is going to be out of my comfort zone because it is going to be my first shifter romance. So I'm super excited, super nervous, because I know they have parts and things that scare me. But we'll see how I feel about it. One of her works was in my top 10 books of the year last year, and getting to meet her and see her talk about how she writes her stories and how she develops her characters was really cool. And getting to meet her, honestly, I almost fucking cried. But anyways, I'm super excited to be able to read this and hopefully review it on my Bookstagram. Go follow me if you have not. That way she can see that I loved it, hopefully. Spin number 2. 3. I don't know why it's lagging. And it is red. So red, black. So we're going this way. 1, 2, 3. Kindle, random Kindle generator. Why? Honestly, I hate those. Why did I put that on the board? For the second spin, we landed on the Kindle generator, so I already have my numbers pulled up here. I have 244 books on my Kindle right now, so let's generate a number. 139. And also, if you were wondering, I did not take the books off last time, so they are still there, but I don't think that was the number we got. And I got Starry Kingdoms of the Fae series, which means I probably have multiple books from the series, and I just put the series name on there. So let me go check to see what that is. So after looking it up, the first book in the series is called Bound by Treason by Eliza Tilton, and I'm scared. First of all, the tagline says, a mysterious death, a forbidden romance, a reign at its end. I'm not going to read more than that because I don't want to spoil it for myself or get any more details. But first of all, this is the second fantasy romance that I'm putting on this list now. And second of all, the very first review, which I'm not even trying to, spoil it like I said, but it's there and I saw it, says that does not count as a HEA ending. And if you know me, you know I live for an HEA. So now I'm scared because what's gonna happen? what's going to happen to me if I read this book. But we'll see, you know, if I get to it. You know how I am. But hopefully I will. I need to start cracking down on this Kindle list. So hopefully I actually do get to this one this time around. Spin number 3. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A prompt card. Another person's TBR, so a book on any other person's TBR. And this is perfect because y'all know I'll be participating in all the book clubs. Spin number 3 prompted us to pick a book off of someone else's TBR, and this one was easy because, like I said, I'm participating in a lot of things at the moment. So I decided to go with The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, being that this is going to be the first book in the Abby Jimenez read-along that Dana, Karina, Tara, and B are hosting. And I'm super excited to get around to this. This is going to be my first backlist of Abby Jimenez. So yeah, super excited to read it, especially with the girls, and be able to attend the live show and hear them discuss it and how they felt about it. This one follows Kristen and Josh, and I believe it's a journey of their relationship as well as dealing with infertility when one of them obviously can't have children and the other one wants a big family. So this is definitely going to be no different than Abby Jimenez's other work as far as being hard-hitting goes. And I think being a mom, this is really going to hit me where it hurts. So excited and scared to read this. Decided to put this one on here for this prompt because I feel like it's the one that I'm most likely to get to, even though other things are circulating. Then number 4, 3 again. Imagine we don't make it to the end. 1, 2, 3. Another prompt card. A book club. Wow, that's crazy. Then I got book club, which funnily enough I mentioned I could use for another person's TBR, and then I got book club, so I decided to not do that. But for the book club prompt, I'm just going to be going with the Swoony Readers pick for the month, and that is Until I Get You by Claire Contreras. This is a dark romance that I know nothing about except for that. I'm super excited to read this because, as you guys already know, I don't get into dark romance that often, and I'm always looking to find ones that I might really enjoy without going too overboard for me. So hopefully this will be that. Number 5. We need at least a 3. Oh, another 3. Imagine I had a rule. 1, 2, 3. Okay, retire a series. Okay. And then last but not least, really by the skin of our teeth, we made it to the end of the board, which means we will be having a giveaway. Stay tuned for that at the end of this video. But we got Retire a Series, and for this I'm also going to be counting anything that will get me caught up in the series. So I'm going to be using King of Sloth by Anna Huang, and this is the last book that is currently out in the series and the one that me and the girls have to read this month. Me and the girls meaning me, Dana, Karina, and Jasmine. So we will be reading King of Sloth, and I don't know who this follows. Oh, it follows Sloane and Xavier, so super excited to read it. I got little glimpses of Sloane in King of Greed so far, but as you know, I haven't finished it, so I don't really remember Xavier as a character. But nonetheless, Anna Huang is a hit for me most of the time, so super excited to be reading this one. Well, that is everything that is on my official TBR, but I do want to discuss a couple other things that are pretty much mandatory or buddy reads for me, as well as something that I will be participating in this month. So let me just get my notes and hop into that really quickly. So aside from the book clubs and read-alongs that I mentioned in my TBR, I will also be obviously participating in the Thrills and Chills book club, which means I will be reading The September House by I don't know who, and that will most likely be a trend for me. Then I am also participating in Dana, Karina, Lindsay, and Kaylani's Lainey Taylor read-along. Also, Kaylani is definitely in the Abby Jimenez read-along, so sorry I forgot to mention her earlier, but she is in that as well. But anyway, they're going to be starting with Daughter of Smoke and Bone and Night of Cake and Puppets, so I'll be reading those two as well. I'm going to be giving a shout out to my brother because he decided on a whim that he wanted to start a sibling book club / buddy read every month, and he chose Daughter of Smoke and Bone for this month out of all the things that I said. that I wanted to read and that he wanted to read and that we had similar interests in. So we will also be reading that together as well. Don't know if he'll attend the live show because I don't know when he's going to be able to get to it, but you know, he's going to be reading it. Then I am also participating in Fiction Falls Book Club hosted by Clint and Amanda. And they're going to be reading The Wren and the Holly Library, which I believe is a fantasy romance following a girl who goes into a forbidden library and there's a monster there that she falls in love with, maybe. Then I'm also going to be reading Quicksilver, which started as a buddy read with Amanda, but she mentioned in her most recent book haul that a couple other people are reading it. So I know Karina and Dana are reading it as well. I don't know who else, but it is now like a impromptu group buddy read that we will all be doing. Then I'm also going to be buddy reading Forbidden King, hopefully, finally, with Karina. And I always have a couple of running buddy reads with Dana, whether we get to them or not, but we are currently reading from the Bridgerton series, the Chestnut Springs series, and we might also do the Windy City series, and as well as our cozies, but we're on different books for that one, so, you know, whatever we get to. And last but not least, I do have an arc that I have to get to, which is When Night Falls by AJ Nicole. I'm going to be receiving the arc like 2 to 3 weeks early, but it does come out on September 13th for anyone who's interested. It is a dark paranormal vampire romance. We're excited to be able to read it and support my author friend-ish early. Because I'm on her street team and she is really passionate about this book and this series and her work in general, and I just really love her as a creative. So super excited to be able to read it and promote it to all of my friends if I love it. So that is everything as far as buddy reads and mandatory reads. Obviously I might pick up other things here and there or have other things in the back of my mind, but those are the ones that I'm going to be focusing on first. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is that as far as all of the things that I said that I would be reading or would be pulling from, these are also going to be a part of like a pile of possibilities for Slayerfest, because I am participating in Slayerfest, which is hosted by Brittany from Rescues and Reads. This is a Buffy the Vampire inspired readathon. You don't have to be a fan or have watched it to participate, but I am going to be on Team Slayer. And honestly, the only things that I really want to mention, because it's similar to Tar in which the prompts will be dropped every couple of days, except for me, Tar is a little bit more complicated because of the currency aspect to it. So I thought this one would be a little easier for me. And honestly, I've noticed after participating in a few readathons now that I like readathons better that give me prompts as opposed to me having to do things on my own schedule and do it on my own time, because I kind of just forget about it or I don't feel like the will to participate. So I think this one will be a good one for me to participate in because I have a challenge that I have to complete within a timely manner. So anyway, I want to mention is obviously that it runs from the entire month of September. All of her information and announcements will be linked down below. And on the team that I'm on, we get extra points for reading a book with a strong female protagonist, reading a book that has a mostly black cover, reading a book within our team's genre, which is romance/fantasy romance, and as you can see there are plenty on my TBR, and reading a book with a weapon on the cover. I also thought that I wouldn't be taking myself too far out of what I wanted to read this month by participating, because a lot of these things have that. So as long as the prompts that are dropped overlap with some of these reads, I think I will be perfectly fine and be able to guarantee my team some points. With all of that being said, we are finally at the part where I announce the info for the giveaway. So as far as the giveaway is concerned, I decided to do it in a format that is similar to Dana from Dana Ella's channel, where she does her wrap-ups. And essentially in her wrap-ups, she goes over what she read and she will gift somebody in the comments one of the books that she read that month. So in that same vein, I will be gifting someone one of the books that I had chosen for me via this first round of gameplay. And by first round, I mean everything that was chosen between the start and finish of this game. So I'm going to pop up a graphic up here, but I'm also going to read them aloud just in case you need it. So the options are going to be King of Pride, Forbidden King, One Last Rainy Day, Touch Me Not, Sugar and Iced, King of Greed, In 5 Years, Murder at Pirates Cove, The School for Good and Evil, Fake Dating Adrian Hunter, See Me, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, The Scarlet Veil, Just for the Summer, Middle of the Night, Powerless, Powerful, Our Way Back to Always, House of Bane and Blood, Caught Up, Play Along, as well as everything that was chosen in this specific round, which includes King of Sloth, The Friend Zone, Alpha's Burden, Bound by Treason, which is on my Kindle, and Until I Get You by Claire Contreras, which is the Swoony Readers Book Club pick. So all you have to do to enter into the giveaway is be subscribed to my channel, obviously, and comment down below, or in one of your comments, include which book you would like to receive. And a week from the day that this video is posted, I will randomly pick a winner. I also just want to mention that if any of these books are further along in the series than you have, I am willing to give you the book that you actually need from the series. For example, I have King of Pride, King of Greed, and King of Sloth, but if you need King of Wrath, we can work that out. So like I said, make a comment down below which book you want. Also, you can just comment a one that's not in the series. Anyway, comment down below which book you will want, randomly select a winner a week from now. You have to be willing to give me access to your Amazon wish list, and we'll just have you add it to your wish list if it wasn't already on there, and send it to you that way. So super excited to be able to do this giveaway for you guys, just for supporting my channel and being here and watching me. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and sticking around this long, because I've been yapping my fucking ass off. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.